The Chicago Bears' lack of wide receiving talent is once again being called out. This time by PFF. Let's talk about it. What is going on, yo? Fox Sports Hall back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit the big red subscribe button down below, people. Please, I'm trying to bring you the latest and greatest with the Bears. All right, people, let's get into this, okay? Another day and another article coming out talking about the Bears' lack of talent for this season, okay? And obviously referring to the Bears' wide receiving corps, if you will, or their wide receiver room. And this time PFF came out with an article, which I'll show you guys here, and they basically ranked the Bears dead last, 32 out of 32 out of all of the teams in the NFL in terms of their wide receiver room. So they ranked all of the wide receiver rooms in the NFL, and they basically put the Bears dead last, okay? And they basically said about the Bears ranking, it's not difficult to see what new general manager Ryan Poles' strategy is. He wants to build the right way, and that means not overspending in free agency or reaching in the draft. The unfortunate side effect of that plan this offseason is that Justin Fields is in the midst of one of the worst offensive situations in the NFL, entering a pivotal second season. Darnell Mooney is the lone established option in the receiving corps after earning a 74.9 PFF receiving grade in his second season out of Tulane. He's still better suited as a number 2, which is a title currently held by free agent acquisition Byron Pringle. Leaning heavily on Pringle, Tajay Sharp, Velus Jones Jr., and Equanimous St. Brown isn't where you want to be as an offense. So that is basically what PFF said about the Bears receiving corps. Now, PFF is not the end-all be-all. What PFF says is not obviously always true. They are a website that analyzes football, and they obviously use a lot of data. They are good with that. They do a lot of data analysis, and then they go ahead and they do rankings, and they obviously have their own metric system. With that said, do I agree that the Bears have one of the worst corps in terms of the wide receiver room in the NFL? Yes, I do. I have said that repeatedly throughout the offseason. They don't have a lot of talent in the receiver room. I'm sorry, when your second best receiver is Byron Pringle, you don't have a very good wide receiver room. He should be a number 3, not a number 2. So I do agree with that. But do I agree with them being dead last? Probably not. All right, let's take a look at the teams they have above the Bears. At 31, they got the Packers. Who do the Packers have? The Packers, number 1 is probably Alan Lazard. And then after him, you have Randall Cobb, old dusted Randall Cobb, right, past his prime. They signed often injured Sammy Watkins. They have second-year player Mari Rodgers, and then a bunch of rookies. Obviously, Christian Watson is decent, but we'll see. He's still a rookie. And they also drafted Romeo Doubs. So I will take, at this point, Darnell Mooney over anybody on the Packers. So I think I would take the Bears receiving core over the Packers. Now, obviously, their quarterback situation much better, but that's not the question. It's receiver. I will take the Bears over the Packers in terms of the receivers. Then we got the Houston Texans at number 30th, okay? Who do the Texans have? They got Brandon Cooks and then Nico Collins, guys like that. I don't think it's a great receiver room either. I would probably take the Bears over the Texans as well. Then you got the Baltimore Ravens. They do have an elite weapon here in Mark Andrews, but the wide receiver room after they traded away Hollywood Brown, I mean, it's pretty bad. It's Devin Duvernay. I'm looking at these guys, Rashad Bateman. So that's also questionable. All right, 28, Jacksonville Jaguars. I would probably take the Jaguars wide receivers over the Bears just because, again, Christian Kirk, you got Evan Ingram, Marvin Jones, but it's slightly better, not much better. Atlanta Falcons. I will take the Bears receivers over the Falcons. Now, the Falcons do have Drake London, who's a rookie, and they do have Kyle Pitts. So if we're talking about receivers, I'll take the Bears. If we're talking about the entire group, including the tight end position with Kyle Pitts, I'll take the Falcons. Obviously, Calvin Ridley is going to be out. Julio Jones is not there. Russell Gage is gone. But yeah, then after that, you got the Titans. You got, the Titans who don't have a lot of people. They have Robert Woods. They have, they traded away A.J. Brown. They have Traylon Burks, who's a rookie. And so you get my point here. Are they the worst? No. Are they one of the worst? Yes. They just are. So I wish it wasn't the case. I would have wanted them to get more talent, but we're just beating a dead horse here. We talked about it, so I just want to let you guys know what other publications are thinking. So PFF says the Bears have the worst wide receiving core in the NFL. I don't think they have the worst. Is it bottom 5, bottom 10? Yeah, it probably is. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. I hope I'm wrong about this, but obviously you guys know I'm always objective with the takes, and I gotta call it like it is. So leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree, as always. Thanks for watching.